All right, Shalom, but Yasha Allah, Shalom to the brothers of the hopeful elect, scattered across the four corners of this earth. It's your brother Karatazala coming back at you with these precepts. And of course, giving all honor and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Makakwadash. All right, Yahweh being the true name of the Lord, who the world calls God, and Yahweh Shai being the true name, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, who is the elected Savior of the nation of Israel. Right, and so this video is basically an impromptu, off the spirit type of video. Right, so whatever the spirit leads me to, that's what we're going to just get into. Right, so without further ado, let's open up these scriptures and get right to it. Right, let me get the book. Right, it's the book of Ecclesiastes. Right, it's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 5 and verse 1, and it reads, "Keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of the Most High, and be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools, for they consider not that they do evil." Right, so the Most High is saying, like, if you don't know this word, right, if you don't know this word, if you don't know these scriptures, you don't know the truth, don't run up on brothers. Don't try to talk to brothers as if you know something, as if you're so knowledgeable, as if you're so deep, when really your surface level, probably barely even touching the surface. Right, the Most High God, he deals with a balance. Right, so you don't go up on brothers telling you what's your nationality, right, and they ask you like are you an Israelite, or what tribe is your father from, right, or what is your father's lineage, right, and you come out of nowhere talking about you're a Hittite, right, scoffing, mocking, making mockery, saying things like, oh, the Bible, yeah, that's one thing, but it's something even deeper than that, right, coming with all types of doctrines, right, being tossed to and fro. Right, the Most High God is not dealing with tossed to and fro individuals. The Most High God is not dealing with brothers who can't keep their foot when it comes to the house of the Most High God. Because where is the house of the Most High God? Who is the tabernacle of the Most High God? It's Israel, right? The Israelites is the tabernacle of the Most High God. Let's prove that through the Bible. Let's go to 1 Corinthians. Because what did that word tabernacle mean? It means chief house, right? The chief house of the Most High God. Right, same word, it's interchangeable with synagogue, right? Synagogue, tabernacle is dwelling. The Most High dwells with Israel. So the chief place that the Most High dwells is in Israel. So that's to make Israel the tabernacle of the Most High God. And the synagogue is the chief house, right? So the chief house of the Most High God, the synagogue, where the temple is, where the menorah, where the priests, the Levitical priests would perform their ritual duties, right? They would perform their priesthood at the temple. Right, so this is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 3. It's like it went too far. Book of 1 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 6. It's like in verse 16 it reads, "Know ye not that ye are the temple of the Most High, and that the Spirit of the Most High dwelleth in you?" Right, because we are the Most High's tabernacle. Okay, we are the Most High's tabernacle. The Most High dwelleth. Well, I'm gonna say this: he dwells in some, right, some of the Israelites out there, not all. Right, that's to fulfill prophecy and to fulfill scriptures. Okay, what prophecy? Let's get it out of Yahweh Shai's own mouth. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 13 and verse 11. This is Yahweh Shai speaking. It says, but it's like I was just there. "And he answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given." Right, meaning that it's not meant for every brother or sister to come in this truth, to get this word, to get these precepts, to get these understandings, to understand prophecy, to understand the law, to understand the parables, to understand similitudes, to understand allegories like Revelations and the book of Genesis. Right? It's not meant for brothers in some senses to understand that. Right? If that's just prophecy. The Most High set it up that way. Okay, when you got the book of Romans chapter 11 and verse 7 and 8. Then you got Amos chapter 3 and verse 7. Right, the Most High, he revealeth his secrets to the prophets. Not everybody is a prophet, right? Some brothers are just common Israelites, right? Then you got some brothers who are indeed the prophets, because the spirit of the prophets are what? Subject to prophesy. And what does that mean? That means that the prophets, they're going to be performing the same duties, the same acts that they were doing in their past life in this generation, right? Because if you don't believe that regeneration is real, then that goes to show you that you're not a prophet. Right, because the prophets, they understand the scriptures. Even the apostles understood that. The disciples, Christ's disciples, they understood regeneration. When you read about the account of the blind man, right? When they asked Christ who sinned, was it the man or was it his parents? Why did they say, did the man sin? because he could be paying for past sins that he committed in his past life. Because your spirit goes back up and then it comes right back down and fulfill and live out that judgment that the Most High God had gave it. Okay? Now I'm going to read Matthew 13:11 one more time. It says, he answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. Right? Because not every brother is meant to get this word, to get this truth, to understand the parables, the similitudes, and the allegories. Right? It's not meant for every brother to get the meat. Right? Some brothers got to stay with milk. Some brothers got to stay with bread. And the bread of the scriptures is understanding what the Proverbs, the wisdom. That's bread. You know what I'm saying? Understanding the Gospels, Christ's mission, right? Proving Christ is in the Old Testament, right? That's the bread. The meat is going in the book of 2nd Esdras, the book of Ezekiel, the book of Isaiah, the book of Jeremiah, the book of Job, right? These are books. These are the meat. The book of Revelations. Those are meat books containing heavy meats, because the brothers will get tripped up when you go eat that meat, because you're not veteran yet. You ain't got no teeth yet, meaning that you haven't been able to dissect this word yet. You got to still stick with the milk that goes in you and digests quickly. That meat you got to chew, right? You got to chew, and sometimes you got to spit out bones, man. You got to spit out bones, because you got people who misinterpret the scriptures, deal with the word falsely, according to Jeremiah chapter 48 and verse 10. And then you got brothers who also know these scriptures, but then play the didgeridoo, right? They play the didgeridoo with the word and try to downplay and dismiss it, right? Dismiss the meat, dismiss the raw truth that the Most High God said not to do. What did Yahushua say, man? Did Yahushua say to do that with his word? Did Yahushua say play semantics with his word? What did Yahushua say if you add or diminish his word? What did he say he was going to do? Let's go on Revelation, right? The last book of the Bible. Let's see what Christ said, man. Okay? This the book of Revelation, chapter 22 and verse 19. And if any man shall take away from the words of the book of this prophecy, the Most High Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai shall take away his part out of the book of life and out of the holy city and from the things which are written in this book. And what Christ is saying is that he's going to strip you naked, making you exposed, pull you down from that great throne that you was going to be sit on, man. Right? He's going to humble your ass greatly. Right? He's going to humble you, strip you bare, naked, make you weak. Okay? And he's going to remove you. Right? Depart from me, ye workers of iniquity. Depart from me, for I have not known you. Right? You want to be known by the Most High Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. How do you make yourself known? By striving to keep the commandments to the best of your ability and being sincere in doing so. Right? You don't want to be a brother who portrays to be so holy and righteous and set apart. No, you don't want to be that brother. You want to be the brother who falls, get back up, continue to seek the Most High God, and not allow his shortcomings to bug him out this truth or to plague his mind. Right? So like it to plague his mind. You don't want to be a brother like that. It's like it. All right? Because the Most High God, he calls you to do what? Let's go into the book of Slakia. It's going to come to me through the Spirit. All right, it's the book of Romans, chapter 8, and verse 36. And it reads, Slakia, verse 35, and it reads, who shall separate us from the love of Hamashiach Yahushai? Shall tribulation or distress or persecution or famine or nakedness or peril or sword? Right, so basically it's saying like, who shall separate us from loving the Most High God? Threats of death, persecution, right? Slanders, backbiters, haters. That's supposed to take us away from loving the Most High God? Right? Because the Most High God, he hath chosen thee to endure of all things as the hopeful elect. I'm not saying that brothers are the hopeful elect, but they're scattered out there. Okay? There's a remnant of the hopeful elect somewhere on this earth today. Right? And the Most High God have specifically chose them to be his people, to go through that gold. I mean, it's like it, to go through that fire to be refined as precious gold, right? That's what the Most High God, his end game is to do. Okay, he's here to seal the hopeful elect and redeem Israel. Okay, starting chiefly with the hopeful elect, the 144,000. Then he's going to redeem that 1/3, that 1/3 remnant, right? The rest of Israel. Okay, because the 2/3 of Israel is going to cut off and die. Let me read the book of Zechariah chapter 13 and verse 8, right? And you got the book of Amos chapter 9 and verse 10, right? A lot of our people are going to be put to death in this plain. Okay, then you got a lot of our people who's going to die in the second wilderness. Because the Most High God said he has to purge out the rebels from among us. The rebels like Korah and Dathan. Korah and Dathan thought that it was wise to try to overthrow Moses, because the Most High God was dealing with Moses a certain way than he was dealing with everybody else. Because Moses, he was the king, right? He was the king of Jeshurun. He was the first king of Israel, right? It didn't start with Saul. Saul was the first record of written on paper king. But you got to go back to the time of Moses. He was the king of Israel, but it wasn't the same ordinance and office as it was with Saul, right? Because Moses, he was the king, and we was in the desert, right? We was in the wilderness, okay? It wasn't like Saul when he actually had a throne and all this type of stuff, man. No, Moses, he was the king, he was the chief, right? And when he died, that was it. There was no more kings, okay, amongst Israel, right? It didn't come until Saul, right? So let's get some more precepts going, man. Because you got brothers and sisters out here who don't be understanding these precepts. But it all goes back to what the Most High God has planned, man. It's the book of 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 11. No, it's like it. 1 Thessalonians. My bad. It's the book of 1 Thessalonians. And went too far. So like, bear with me. Hold on. Pages sticking together. Right? It's the book of 2 Thessalonians. It's like it. It's the book of 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 11, and it reads, and for that's like I'm gonna start at verse 10. And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And a lot of people, that's the 2/3. They're going to perish because they receive not the love of the truth. Meaning they despise the Most High God's word, because they went about to establish their own righteousness according to the book of Romans, the 10th chapter. Right? Verse 11. And for this cause, the Most High shall send them strong delusion, and they shall, it's like it, Most High shall send them a strong delusion, that they should believe a lie. Right, they're going to believe a lie. Believing a lie is like believing that the heathen will be saved. Right, that they're going to be joint heirs sitting on thrones. Right, judging the 12 tribes, having their own personal gate. Right, that's madness, man. That's madness. That's a delusion to believe that. Believing that Yahushua didn't walk the earth. That's another delusion. Right, believing that you don't have to wear fringes. That's another delusion. Believing that you don't have to keep the commandments. That's another delusion. Believing that you don't have to keep the feast days in captivity. That's another delusion. Right? Because did not the Maccabees were in the Greek captivity? And did they not create their own through the spirit part of Yahweh Shem Shai? Their own custom, the Feast of Dedication was created. Right? Christ kept Feast of Dedication. And Christ, when you think about it, during that time, he was in the Roman captivity. Because who was ruling during that time? You had Tiberius Caesar. Right? Tiberius Caesar was ruling. Then you had Herod. All these Edomites, man, they were ruling, okay? And they're not even the real Romans, because the original Romans were the Japhites, right? But Esau conquered them, just like he conquered us and took their everything. Just like they're not even the real Greeks, okay? And no, that doesn't mean that Esau is Japhet, man. It just proves that Esau is the damn devil that the Bible speaks of. He's a murdering devil who rape, rob, and murders everything and lay hold to everything that don't belong to him. Just like being an Israelite, that don't belong to him, right? Our holy book, that don't belong to Esau, man. He has no will with that, man. He's despised and rejected. The Most High God has enmity with him, man. He ain't dealing with Esau. He's dealing with the 12 tribes, starting with the hopeful elect, the 144,000, right? So let's get some more precepts, then we're gonna wrap it up, right? This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 11 and verse 6, and it reads, but without faith it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. Right? So that means that you can't doubt the Most High God. That's what the scripture is saying. You can't doubt the Most High God. You can't second guess the Most High God. You can't have an opinion of like, is the Most High really dealing with me? Why am I thus? You can't have that spirit. Because what happened? What happened with Job's wife? She said, "Curse the Most High and die." Right? And Job said, "What? You speak as one of the foolish women. You're foolish to think like that." Okay? Because the Most High God said He's going to try you. Acts 14:22, my favorite precept. It says, "Through much tribulation shall ye enter into the kingdom of heaven." And nowhere did it say that it was going to be a cakewalk. You just march on in, kind of holding hands. Right? The Bible said that you're going to be saved and you're going to hold hands and be singing. Right? And you're going to have candies and balloons. Right? Cupcakes. Kind of got crumbs from eating cupcakes on your shirt. Right? Your little children sitting on your neck and be walking and we all happy dory. No, man, the Most High God ain't do that. Right? The Most High God didn't say that was going to happen, man. Of course, we're going to be excited and ecstatic that the Most High God redeemed us, but the scripture also said that we're going to be affrighted. Affrighted means a little bit scared, right? A little bit scared because we're going to see the Most High God's work. We're going to see Him actually destroy these nations like He said He was going to do in the scriptures. So, of course, we're going to get goosebumps and a little worriness and be scared, but then we're going to also be rejoicing because we're like, ooh, this is who we have on our side. Man, we cannot mess this up again. Because we're going to see the power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai in that day. Right? And so with that, I want to give a call on Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, Brother Karath Zala, signing off. On to the next.